Hey Kate lovers, so me and my friend decided to finally visit the EL&N London Cafe. They have various cafes in central London. As you can see, the aesthetic is very, very pink. We decided to visit the Marketplace Cafe on a Monday afternoon. We both had the day off work. In terms of the food, I would say it's kind of brunch style food with very sort of Instagrammable cocktails, and they also have a sweet menu as well. So let's see what it's like. First up, I want to talk about the service. Now, when we got there, me and my friend, we wanted to sit outside because it was a really nice day. And what the person said to us was, there were no seats, but there were a couple of people finishing up. So she said, they shouldn't be too long. And once they're done, we clear up, then you come and sit down. So, one table left, another table left, tables got clean. And we were just standing there waiting to be shown, waiting. And I'm like, is nobody going to come and show us to our seats? Eventually, somebody did. So we sat down and I was like, okay. It's weird because when you go to a lot of restaurants, you feel, or cafes, sometimes like the staff are just too much there. They're there all the time, hovering over you. This was the complete opposite. It's almost like they didn't want to interact with anybody there. And it was interesting to see that other tables were having the same issue. There was a table who were waiting to pay and they were waiting for ages and there was nobody regularly going around the tables to see if people needed help with anything. And then there was another couple who came in after us who you could see had already chosen what they wanted. And they were trying to catch somebody's eye, but it's like nobody wanted to go out. It was just like they were almost scared. So the service was just really strange. It wasn't very good. I didn't feel they were very attentive at all to the customers. So let's come on to the cake. Now, the cake that I wanted was a slice of the strawberry cake, but unfortunately there wasn't any available. So I chose the Dolce de Leche cake. When the cake came to me, as you can see, it kind of looked like it collapsed a bit. The waitress did apologise. So I think it was a combination of how it was cut out of the tray and also it was quite a warm day that day. So I think anything with any kind of cream or buttercream on it, it was going to get softened. And I mean, it was fine. That was no issue. The cake itself actually tasted really nice, had a really nice flavour. It was really moist. I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to finish it all because it was just such a big slice for me, but I did enjoy the cake. Now, the cocktails, my friend had the Chemex Mojito. That's what it's called. She wanted the strawberry one, but it wasn't available. So it was obviously a problem with strawberries. I don't know, but it wasn't available. As you can see, the container is quite interesting. Looks like it reminds me of being in the science lab, but I think that's where the name Chemex comes from. She said it was okay. I mean, it's a mojito, but it's a mocktail, so there's no alcohol in it. So it was basically Sprite with some crushed up mint, and the mint wasn't that crushed up. There was quite a lot of ice in it. It was okay. I had the pina colada. Again, it was a mocktail. And for me, as pretty as it looked, there was just way too much ice in it. It just watered everything down. And I think when you're having a mocktail, it's important that the flavors that you put in there, you're able to taste them more because there's no alcohol in it, and the ice just watered everything down. It was just too watered down, so I was a bit disappointed with that. Um, yeah. So the cost was £29.48. That was essentially for a slice of cake and two soft drinks. And it's central on the prices, I understand, but I still think that's a lot of money to spend. Considering the cocktails they just weren't, they just weren't very good. Another thing as well, and it may seem like a little thing, but me and my friend went to the loo, not together, but we went to the loo separate times, and there was no loo paper in any of the loos. One of the things, when you have a thing like a restaurant or a cafe or anything, and you got public toilets, make sure there's at least loo paper in there. That's why I always bring tissue with me anyway. But what someone had done is put down some napkins from the service area. I don't know if that was a customer who did that or if that was a member of staff. And I'm like, you should be checking this to make sure that your toilets have loo roll in it, especially with the prices that we're paying. So in general, I think I would give it 6 out of 10, but only because of the cake, because the cake was really good. If the cake wasn't very good, you'd be lucky to get a 4. The service needs improving. It feels unloved, this branch of EL&N. It feels a bit unloved. I think it's one of their older branches. That's fine. And what I'm seeing a lot of is all the new branches that they're opening and how shiny new they are. But you need to maintain your older branches as well, because they're all part of the same network. It just needs, the flowers need freshening up. The awning was a bit dirty. It just needs a good freshen up. And there was a big crack on the table. I'll show you here. It just need just little bit shabby. Would I go back again? Probably not. And what I found quite interesting is that I kind of sort of found out a lot about EL&N on not Insta, sorry, TikTok, because there's a lot of people have been visiting it. And I remember I saw a comment from one person who said, you go there because EL&N's TikTok is really good. It shows you all the cocktails and all the Instagram of cocktails and the scenery and everything. But someone pointed out, you go there once and you probably don't go back because it's not, what they portray is not really what you get. And I kind of get that now. But obviously I wanted to go myself to see what it was like. And yeah, I wouldn't go back. But let me know in the comments, have you been to EL&N Cafe? Which one did you go to? Did you go to one of the newer ones or did you go to one of the older ones like I did? Let me know what your experience was like. And if there are any cafes in London, bakeries, whatever you want to visit, please let me know as well. Because like I said, I've got a whole list, but let me know and I will do my best to try and visit them. Until next time, cake lovers.